Now you've explained why you left Andela.
Yes.
It was God calling you
Yes.
to, and you've
Yes.
stayed part of Andela even though you left it.
Yes.
And you continue to be a shareholder in
Yes.
Andela as it
Yes.
continues to grow across the world.
Yes.
But Flutterwave was a bit different. You left Flutterwave in 2017?
I left in 2018.
2018.
Yes. In October
why did you leave
2018.
Flutterwave?
So, I mean, that was a more complicated scenario because it was a range of things, you know. I think the first thing, whenever I join or leave companies, I think one thing that I try to do is to be guided by God in my big decisions. And there's a way that God speaks to you when it's time. So there's a lot of decisions that I make that actually in the moment you seem like you are crazy. Yeah, right? It's only in hindsight that people are like, God, wow, you are such a genius. But really what it was you were just moving in faith, in complete faith, right? You really didn't know what you were doing. And I feel like that my leaving Flutterwave was one of those moments. There were certain signs that it was time for me to take my leave. And so that was why I left in October of 2018. And actually the next assignment I took on was working with Madam Obi Ezekwesili on her presidential campaign. So that was sort of the circumstance. Me exiting, I actually exited completely in 2021. And that was also God's leading, both on the financial decision side, but also, you know, from a perspective of, quite frankly, you know, from a conflicts of interest perspective, God was calling us to start a venture capital fund, and I didn't want us to be encumbered by the relationship in terms of, are you going to take my idea to Flutterwave and so on and so forth. So we sort of officially severed ties in terms of I sold my stake to new owners, but I continue to maintain a good relationship with my co-founders.
Was this before the 2018? Was that before the controversies in Kenya?
It's so funny. I left before all of that happened.